It's the last day of 2023 now. She's having a coffee. Cookies. It's the last day of 2023. And I wanted to talk about the 2024 trends. Hello cookies, welcome back, and if you're new here, my name is Carolyn Gray. Welcome to the channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can become part of the cookie community. We are chaotic, we love fashion, we love to giggle, we love to look into all the lifestyles, and I think that's gonna be my new intro phrase going forward. Anyway, before we get into it, the hat is from R13. The sweater's from the Attico, and I got it in another color. I'm not ashamed. I am not ashamed. I also have only made pearl cuff in there, a little gold stud. I'm wearing a FARIS gold stud I actually picked up from Kith recently. And I'm wearing a Mermaid cuff that my mom got me for Christmas that I went and shopped for and picked out myself and took it to her home. And I said, this is what you got me for Christmas. Because she asked me to do that. Anyway. Let's talk about 2024 trends real quick. You know what? I'm actually tapping into a magazine I don't normally tap into, but I like their list and it's digestible. It's very telling of what we're going to be seeing in the next coming months, what we're going to be shopping. And also I want to talk about how to make each trend a little bit more timeless if the trend connects to you. Now, obviously, take these things with a grain of salt because not all trends are for all people. Like, you're going to like some things, you're going to hate other things. This is not Bible. This is not the end all, be all. You got to take it for what it is and deal with it. No, we're just going to talk about the trends that they're talking about. And I just want to break them down a little bit. You know what I'm excited for? You know, we had a lot of cowgirl core. We had a lot of cores this past year, and they were a little hard to keep up with. We had Barbie core that was just, it was mushed down our throats, and I'm so happy it's gone. I enjoyed the movie for what it was. I liked the grand monologue towards the end of it. It was very powerful for women. However, I was sick of this pink. I was sick of that pink everywhere. Like, I don't want to see pink for a really long. I don't want to see Barbie pink for a really long time. But we're going into girl core, which is a lot more softer. She's sweet, more millennial, soft pinks. We're talking ribbons. We're talking rosettes still going strong, like Magda Brutrum rosettes. We're talking about feminine, girly, sweet, soft bows and florals. And I guess, listen, that's for some people. I think, you know, if you are a feminine gal, if you like the dressy dresses, this is the trend for you. How to make this trend a bit more timeless? It's either you go really subtle with some of the accents, like a bow here and a bow there, make it even. Or you go super avant-garde and go bow-tastic. I saw a Christmas tree with a whole bunch of bows. Like, if you want to go bow crazy, then go for it. Don't do like some. Either do very minimal or go hard. I feel like that's the only way to kind of make it timeless, because I feel if you go really crazy with some of these pieces in the trends, like a bunch of rosettes, a bunch of roses, a bunch of rosettes and roses are the same thing, a bunch of bows, a bunch of polka dots, like go crazy with it. I don't love polka dots. However, I like really huge, abstract, not the norm, like the little tiny little polka dots. I can't stand those. But if they're like huge polka dots and all over the garment, yes, girl, go girl core all the way, or do it super minimal. And I feel like those are the two ways to make it super timeless. If that's your style, that's your thing. If it's not just a trend for you, go either or, and it will stand the test of time. Another one that I'm really excited about, and it kind of just goes with the theme of like, wear your good stuff now. Don't wait for a special time or party. Sequence, staying in sequence. I really love it. Every day's a party. Every day that you wake up and you're alive is a party. It's a reason to celebrate. And the thing about sequins that for me to make it a bit more timeless or a bit more of a staple, mixing it with other textures, I love sequin skirts with a beautiful textured sweater. Like I would do the white sequin pants with the feathers that I got. Yeah, I would do it. I would just go really large and in charge with all the textures when it comes to sequins. Do a sweatshirt with a sequins, like casualize it. Bring it down a notch with the other item that you're pairing it with. Sequin accessories. Do a sequin hat with an all denim look. Do black sequins if you're tired of just wearing black on black, like obviously black is always in style, darling, but bring a bit of texture to it. Add some sequins. So I'm excited that sequins is continuing to be a trend from 2023 into 2024, because it's making us kind of get out of our own comfort zone of wearing such like a lot of leisure wear. And if you're gonna stay with the leisure wear, do that, yes, but put a little zestiness into it. Put a little sequins, a little sequins earring, I don't know, a little sequins ring or glove, like, ooh, Michael. But yeah, have fun with it. I think sequins is just a fun trend that could be, I know a woman, she's a hairstylist, and she's always been into sequins. Like, she wore sequins joggers with like a regular sweatshirt and sneakers, and that's what she would wear to the salon. And so funny, I actually was watching the Kardashians, I guess their last season on Hulu, and she was on the set of American Horror Story doing Kim's hair. But that's a person who, as long as I've known her, since I've lived in New York, that's almost 18 years this year, right? She's been a sequins core girl. Every bit of outfit that she's had has some form of sequins in it, and I feel like it just adds a bit of flair. So have fun with it. Another trend that Glamour magazine listed was prep school girl, and I think that we've been seeing a lot of this upcoming, especially when Valentino did like the ties on one of their last collections. I think it was spring 2023 if I'm not mistaken. But a lot of ties, a lot of more fitted blazers, shorter and fitted blazers with oversized exaggerated cuffs peeking out at the bottom, with a tie, with a higher collar. We're talking mini skirts with plaid. We're talking lots of plaid. We're talking, you know, putting a little brooch on your cute little schoolgirl blazer. I think it's fun. I feel like how I would love to see it mix with other things that are staple to me. I would love to do an oversized button-down shirt with a fitted blazer that exposed the cuffs, the large cuffs at the bottom, and I would actually pair it with a cargo wide leg pant. I think that would be really cute. Or even like a sheer pencil skirt. Yeah, I see it now. But I feel like these are pieces that we probably already have in our wardrobe that just we haven't worn for a really long time. I have this rag and bone blazer that's super fitted and almost has like a tuxedo tail. And that is something that I would incorporate into the schoolgirl trend. Yeah, very preppy, polo shirts, fitted blazers with the button downs. Ooh, socks with loafers or Mary Janes. Yes, Mary Janes are continuing to be very core into the next season. I'm not going to tap all the way into that conversation because, you know, I did buy a pair of Mary Jane's kind of looking ass shoes, you know, from Ghani, and yes, I live in them. But like the actual ballet Mary Jane shoe, it's there. I feel like it's not as literal as it was before when Miu Miu really kind of brought it back onto the scene, but you could wear socks with those and stay within the schoolgirl thing. I don't know what it is about Mary Jane shoes that just annoy me. It's something about the flatness of the shoe that I feel like is not healthy for the actual foot. Like you're just slapping pavement with the shoe. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, the next one. Quiet Luxe is still in the space. And it's more about the non-basic basics. We've been hearing this conversation a lot. Elevated basics. Listen, it's the same damn t-shirts, but maybe with like, I don't know, a shoulder cut off, or I don't know, maybe you add a little leather to the basic black flared pant, you know, whether it's the pocket or a higher waist or a corseted waist, high waist pant. At the end of the day, it's still very 90s. It's still very clean cut. It's still very chic. It's still very CBK, Caroline Kennedy. Yeah, it's all of those things, but just elevated with a slight edge to it. So I feel like we're still quiet luxe, but adding a little bit more texture or a little bit more detail. Rouging detail, little cinched in detail, little leather detail, little oversized detail. Like, it's elevated basics with a edgy twist. So still quiet, but she's a little bit more rare. Masculine oversized suiting was really a big deal the last few years, and now it's more like C-suite, executive. So a little bit more tailored, a little bit more cinched, a little bit more refined, a little bit more feminine too. I'm talking like Robin Givens in the movie Boomerang. I'll put up a reference. It's power dressing. It's because we've been a bit bored. Yes, she's drinking coffee on the last day of the year. We're a little bit bored with wearing such leisure wear to work, whether or not it's on a Zoom. Like, we're getting dressed up, we're going out, we're going to the coffee shop at least to get on that Zoom call if we're not going all the way into the office. She's a bit more cropped blazer, high waist pant. She's a bit more cinched. She's a bit more refined and super tailored to the body. She's not, listen, oversized is still a thing, but it's a little bit more of a different spectrum for 2024. And I feel like, you know, buying certain tailored pieces, it's immortal. It really is. I feel like if you have a piece that, let's say a tailored blazer, you know, make sure it's coming off the shoulder a bit more. You want to make sure that edge is, you know, you don't want it to look like your shoulder's there and then the shoulder pad of the blazer comes out. Then you got that little weird hourglass moment. That's not, you don't want an hourglass moment right there. You want just the shoulder come out and then curve in to not show your actual shoulder. You want something that's tailored to your waist and a little bit more past your booty, okay? You want a pair of pants that are not too wide, not too thin, not too slim. Something that's classic and hits the ground where it needs to, whether you're wearing your pair of favorite loafers or your favorite pair of heels, okay? You want something that accentuates your body, okay? The way that you want it. So I really like the C-suite look that we're seeing on these runways and that are being pushed for, you know, more brands to make and for it to be more readily available. Because that's the thing about trends. It's just about it being more available to us to purchase from different brands. And if that's your swag, listen, I love me a good tailored look. I would wear a high waist pair of pants with this big old cozy knit and baseball cap, and that would be my vibe. And I would probably wear like Converse sneakers with the whole look. That's how I would interpret a C-suite look into what I already have in my wardrobe. But I really feel like that aesthetic is timeless anyway. So if you don't have it already in your wardrobe and that's something you want to incorporate, good news is it's on the horizon. It's coming. It's going to be in all the stores. Way more than we've seen in the last couple of years with the oversized suiting that we all know and love and still should keep because we'll get into that in a little bit. Sheer is still in, but I feel like it's a little bit more easier to handle because we're seeing a lot more sheer things being layered, like sheer what's it called, midi skirts with long sweaters cinched in, or a sheer top with a beautiful bra or cami underneath it and a high waist pant. Like, I feel like there's a lot more moments to spin sheer pieces into the wardrobe, because I feel like when it first came onto the scene a couple years ago and it was like, oh my gosh, sheer is in, it was like a sheer skirt with your regular panties underneath it, and it was just like very non-imaginative. It was very literal and it was very exposing, whereas now I feel like sheer is being mixed with sequins. It's being mixed with a bit of yarn detail. I'm sorry for the siren in the background. I hope everyone's okay. But I feel like sheer is being mixed with a lot more textures within the one particular garment, and then also be encouraged to, like, if you don't want to show your fanny all the way, wear a pair of boy shorts or a longer sweater, you know, just have fun with it. So I feel sheer is still very in, but we're seeing a lot more combinations that I think a lot more of us are comfortable to wear and go forward with it. Like for dinner a couple weeks ago, I wore a sheer catsuit with a dark bra and a boy short underneath it, and I wore a very long tailored coat over top of it, and I felt super comfortable. I didn't feel so naked, but that was because I covered myself where I wanted to in the way that I felt comfortable. I felt like, oh, I'm wearing like a bikini or something underneath these pieces. I feel comfortable within this range. But anywho, large bags are still going. They're probably getting bigger, you know. I'm into it. I will be talking about my wish list in the next coming weeks for the first half of 2024. It's going to be small, but it's very specific. But yeah, large bags are in. Girl, go ahead and get yourself a duffel bag, because you're going to use it anyway for travel. Like, the large bags, it's not like, oh my God, next year it's going to be tiny bags again, right? No, tiny bags are good for like certain events, right? And they're going to come back. All the bags are always going to be in style. I really feel like bags are very particular to the person and your personal style. But I feel like it's great that large bags are going to be more available this year, because they come in handy for travel anyway. But I'm still really into a large Bottega Veneta Jody bag. And it's called the small, which is interesting because it's the biggest one that they have. But anyway, large bags are in. Get into them literally, because they're that big. But don't like overpack them. Be smart about how you pack them, because remember when large bags were in a couple years ago and then our shoulders was hurting and then we were really talking about scoliosis all over the place? Like, we were really just damaging our shoulders and our backs with these big ass bags. So if you're going to go ahead and invest in it and you're going to get excited, that's fine. But like, be careful about how heavy you pack these things, okay? Mermaid Core is still in, but it's not as literal as before, and I feel that it's more about the drapery and the lengths of Mermaid Core, or making certain textures a little bit more wet looking. I think this area is a lot of fun to play with. I think it shows off the body or creates a silhouette that some of us boyish figures have, that want to have. I think that it's really fun to have Mermaid Core involved, but I feel like it's not as like turquoisey and blue. Even though that's still a fun color to use and work with, I feel like there's a lot more black or Bordeaux's and burgundies involved within this particular trend that make it very mature and beautiful and sexy. You know, we saw like Schiaparelli is still doing it. So like brands like that, just still with the long, you know, it's funny, I didn't really see a lot of trends talking about maxi lengths, but with the Mermaid Core, the maxi length still lives. And to be honest, I feel like the maxi length within the Mermaid Core trend, I feel like it can never go out of style. It will always be so elegant. It's an elegant way of doing it, and I feel like, yay, okay, it's not going away. You know what trends really start to like dissipate was cowgirl core. That was really quick, but it's gonna come back around. It always does. Oh, Y2K. Certain parts of Y2K just didn't need to come back, and I'm happy that it's kind of like slowing down again, because the double belts, the certain parts of the layering. Now, I do feel like a lot of people did it really well. I feel like It was tasteful in a lot of ways, but other ways I was just like, I don't want to see ass crack. I felt like the horrific scenes of Y2K with the low waist ass crack bearing or super short mini skirts, like it's given dirty Christina Aguilera, and it was only good for those music videos, not for outside in these streets. But what is going to come back around is the 80s excess, and I really enjoy that. And that's why I said don't get rid of the super oversized things, because you can definitely use those pieces and make them into the 80s-esque look and appeal with like cinching in that waist with a big old gold buckle belt. Like, we're talking huge shoulder pads and just like really creating a silhouette that makes us feel really powerful, really feminine and sexy, and just like just have fun with it. And I kind of felt like this was coming back again with some of the looks from Schiaparelli, even some of the looks from Moschino when they did that that runway show that incorporated a couple different creative directors and stylists. I felt like there was a lot of 80s core in that space, and I felt like it was done in a really tasteful way that wasn't like how we brought Y2K back, that felt so literal and just like, we're doing this again. I love an 80s vibe. Grace Jones, come on. Another reference, Boomerang. Boomerang, honestly, is one of the most inspiring, fashionable movies to me. Even when it came to Eddie Murphy's character, Marcus Graham, like how they dressed, it just impeccable. All of the characters dressed really well, and I love that movie just for the fashion references alone. But I love it. It was one of my favorite movies. If you haven't watched it, please get into it. I think it's available on HBO right now, if I'm not mistaken. Another thing that I was really like, okay, because we're definitely coming out of really leaning into leisure wear. Like, leisure wear is always going to be there, but I felt like we were really leaning into it because of the lockdown, the panini. Like, we were at home, we just wanted to be comfortable. We're still wearing leisure wear, but we're pairing it with a bit more, like, it's giving Laura Piana, it's giving Me and Dem, who recently sent me a package, and I'm actually going to show y'all in another video what it's giving, because I really do like this company. But we're pairing it with like business attire, right? Another thing that I felt is something that we were going crazy with coming out of trying to not be so comfortable looking. We were wearing high ass heels, like big ass platform Versace, Valentino, big ass pumps and heels. I'm like, girl, those are stilts. Are your ankles even strong anymore? It's giving we've been barefoot in the house, but you gonna throw us into these big ass heels. So one little slither of pavement that's uneven, I'm gonna be crumbling, crashing down, okay? What, as my cousin was saying this past weekend, Rock Nation will crumble. Yes, in them big ass heels. So I was happy to see that the trend of kitten slingback heels are coming into play. My only concern about these things, the shoes that are really trending within that silhouette, they're pointed. Pointed toe is really, it's really come back. I remember 2006, Aldo was that girl, and I remember having a pair of red patent leather pointed toe heels and a pair of green patent leather pointed toe heels from Aldo. I said I need to have both colors because these are amazing. I remember pointed toe heels being so trendy, and for a while too, that my feet never forgave me for it. I had corn removal surgery on my left foot. I got bunions that really sped up the arthritis in my feet. So listen, what I'm saying is this: love the trend. It is fun. We have a lot of wide leg pant moments, a lot of maxi skirt moments that really make sense to have a pointed toe shoe to really accentuate and just give it a very zesty look. My only suggestion is that if you're going to invest in a pointed toe kitten heel, size up a bit, or just make sure the toe box is wide enough to fit your actual foot. If it's very narrow and it hurts, don't do it. Don't kill your feet over this trend. Make sure the toe box and the width of the shoe makes sense for your foot, your feet. The other thing I also would suggest with sizing up is that the shoe actually has not that stretchy elastic sling back on the back. Get something that you can actually adjust the size with. So something that has a little bit of a buckle on the side of the shoe. Get something like that, because if you go with the elastic band, it's going to wear out after some time. You're going to have to take it to the cobbler to reinforce, and over time it just doesn't age well. To me, that type of shoe just doesn't age well when you have a sling back with an elastic band and not an adjustable band. But yeah, have fun with it. Just be careful with your just be careful with your feet when it comes to that particular trend. But I feel like it's definitely a break from the sky high platforms that we've been forced to stare at and like contemplate whether or not we're gonna really walk in these damn shoes like that. Car to destination type shoes. These are a little bit more doable. They're super fun. They're ladylike. They really flare up an outfit. You can take a really casual vibe and just put that ladylike touch onto it and feel like you can run for miles with it. So I do like the slingback kitten heel trend. I do. Another thing that I was really excited for, it's one of my favorite colors, shades of green. And it is very like reds, burgundies, bordeauxs are still in, and I do love that clump of color. And it's so wild that the other end of the spectrum that's going to be trending are shades of green. Reds and greens complement each other, so I feel like go the distance. And I've told y'all before not to do the typical Christmas red and Christmas green together. Obviously, yes, it's gonna scream Christmas, but go for like a deep bordeaux with like a like a sequence lime, dark lime green. Thank me later. That marriage of colors is scrumdiddlyumptious, okay? Try to blend the two trending colors next year. I still think like butter yellows are going to be in. I feel like a lot of pastel-y colors are going to be in for next season. But I was so happy to see that shades of green are going to be involved. I'm really into that. I love me some green colors. And another thing that they just mentioned at the end of their list was capris. And it's funny because I actually purchased a pair of pedal pushers leggings from Norma Kamali that had fringe at the end, and I didn't even get to wear them this summer because the way that the material is so soft with Norma Kamali pieces that when you fold it up and you don't hang them in a place that you can see them really well, they have no visibility, they get lost. Like, I need to find those capris. But anyway, pedal pushers, capris, they're in. I do feel like they're not going to be for everyone, and they're going to be very short-lived, because before, when they were out, remember years ago pedal pushers were out and it was literally for like 2 seasons it lasted. But I think a way to kind of like give this a bit more longevity, if you're really into that silhouette or length of pant, so to speak, wear them with knee-high boots. And then they will have longevity as far as like cost per wear if you get into that, right? Also try them with ankle boots and a high sock. I think trying them with open toe shoes in the summer are going to be really beautiful as well. You know what I saw was really trending, it wasn't on this list? Flip-flops, like the basic ones, like the real basic, like even Chanel got a pair of basic ass terry cloth flippity flops. I'm not into that. I'm a New Yorker. You know, that will only get you dirty ass Subway feet by the end of the day. Like, when I'm talking about dirty, I'm talking about crusty, dirty feet. I'm not going to get into nobody's flippity flops unless I'm at the gym and I'm taking a shower and I'm wearing them to protect my feet. Where my flippity flops? Let me show you the flippity flops. Havaianas are going to make a strong comeback this year. These are my gym shower shoes. I don't want them too close to my face. These are my gym shower shoes, but apparently these are going to be super trending on the streets. And I'm going to automatically feel like your feet is dirty by the time you got home if I see you in New York wearing the flippity flops. I think a rendition of a flippity flop that I'm going to be really into are obviously excuse me, the Hermes Empire sandals that I just purchased, because they have the thong, but they come around the foot a little bit to create a barrier so your feet don't get that dirty when you're flipping flopping through the city. And I also have more coverage on top of my foot. It's just, flip-flops I think are dangerous if you live in the city. It's dangerous. It's too dirty on the sidewalks and streets to be wearing flippity flops. But apparently that's going to be a trend. But yes, what are your favorite pieces or trends from this list? What are you excited about? What are you not excited about? I mean, let's get in. I'll tell you right now. I'm really excited about the C-suite chic situation. Wearing sequins. I'm all into that. I'm obviously into the sheer trends. I love a good old big old bag. Shades of green I'm really excited for. And I do love mixing quiet luxury with my stuff. I'm a quiet luxury girl, but I'm quiet luxury piece specific. I am not the whole, like, I love, sometimes I think it is easy for me to throw on a whole like Laura Piana looking monochromatic beige look when I really don't want to think about what I'm wearing, and I feel like it's classy if I'm running errands, like whatever. It just depends on the day. But I prefer to mix, like I said, this particular sweater and hat with like a really clean, sleek pair of slacks. Like, because it's a juxtaposition. I love juxtaposition. I will be doing a video on how I feel that my style is evolving, to see how it resonates with you guys if you feel like your style is changing. But I'm very excited for 2024. These trends are really fun. They're palpable to me. I think they're very digestible. I think a lot of them can be timeless depending on how you approach it. And I'm excited. I'm excited for these trends, and I'm excited to see how you guys respond to it and how you wear them, how you adopt some of them, because we're not going to adopt all of them. We are individuals. We are human, and not all of these are going to resonate. I'm excited for new goals. I'm excited for growth. This past year has been nothing short of amazing. This community is so dope. I've told y'all this before. I really appreciate y'all subscribing, tuning in, talking with me, coming up to me in person and letting us, you know, put face to the names type of thing. I really enjoy this space, and I have so many ideas just for next month alone. You know, changing shopping habits, getting dressed every day, and just using our pieces and getting excited over just every day being an actual celebration of life, and, you know, not waiting for the moment to wear certain things. I'm excited about saving money. I'm excited about shopping smarter. I'm excited about really thinking about who and what type of brands I'm going to be investing in, and lifestyle changes. There's so much I feel that is in store for 2024 for many of us. This is not just a thing that I feel is good things that are going to happen to me. I feel like this entire community is of very like mind, common thread. I feel like there's an energy that all of us are feeling for. We're excited for newness. We're excited for abundance and just infinity of love. Numbers wise, I feel like 2024 is a lot. It equals 8. And I feel like that in itself is just an infinity of abundance and happiness and just perseverance. And I also want to have a softer approach to things, and not always have all the answers, if that makes sense. Like, I want to be human and feel the growth in a different way. And I also want to get more spiritually connected to my faith. I believe in God. I also believe in universal magic and karma and all these things. I do. There's a higher power. in all life, I feel, but I do believe in God. So I do want to, you know, start going back to church or find a healthy church home. Hillsong was my last one, and that was traumatic as hell, because the whole thing that came out, I actually knew the person that was involved, and that was a very traumatic thing to live through, to see, and to be disappointed by. And I have a lot of church hurt, so I want to heal that in the next year, and just, you know, strengthen my connection with God and my prayers and all that stuff, right? But again, I really want to thank the cookie community for just being the cookie community. I mean, we are crazy, we're chaotic, and I love it. Our love runs deep for the things that we talk about and share on this channel. So I wish y'all a happy and safe new year with, you know, your loved ones, by yourself as well. I hope individually you feel a sense of love and calm within yourself, and that you carry that into the new year. You deserve the world. You deserve everything good. You deserve all your desires. You deserve to work hard for what you want and for those things to come through. You deserve it. You deserve the best. So yes, that's all. I'm done rambling. I love you guys. I love this channel. I love doing this with y'all, and I hope that y'all feel refreshed and excited and just ready to move forward with all the things that you've learned and that you've grown through. And I'm excited to hear about it. Put it in the comments below. I want to say. What are you excited for 2024? What are you excited about when it comes to this trend list? What are you excited for when it comes to all the things that lifestyle changes? Everything. Tell me everything. And I will see y'all in the next episode. I think I will take the week off, though. So I'll see y'all the following Sunday. Okay? All right, y'all. Have a blessed and happy new year. Be safe. I love y'all, cookies. I'll see y'all later. Bye.